only happen if you believe in miracles. Paulo Coelho. During one of the most challenging periods of my life, as I was under the intense pressure of facing federal prosecution, I had a moment of profound realization through a simple yet powerful experience with my daughter. She was around 7 or 8 years old, and on one of those heavy days when the weight of a potential 10-year prison sentence felt unbearable, we were driving down the highway together. As she gazed out the window, she pointed excitedly at the sky and exclaimed, "Look, Mommy, it's a unicorn." I was deep in my own turmoil, overwhelmed by stress and frustration, and I dismissively responded, "It's not a unicorn, Abby. It's just a cloud." My response was colored by my inner struggles, unable to see beyond my immediate worries. But Abby, with her relentless imagination and unshakable determination, refused to let me overlook the magic she saw. She began describing the unicorn in the sky with vivid detail, pointing out the horn, the ears, the nose, and the eyes. Her enthusiasm and insistence drew me in despite my frustration. As much as I tried to focus on my own pressing problems, her persistence and belief in the whimsical turned my gaze skyward. To my astonishment, as I looked, I saw it. There it was, as I was driving down the highway. I observed a unicorn cloud, perfectly outlined and floating effortlessly in the sky. This simple yet profound moment of seeing the unicorn cloud was a turning point for me. It was a powerful reminder that we often become so entangled in our own difficulties that we miss the beauty of miracles around us. My daughter's unwavering belief and creativity highlighted the importance of shifting our perspective even in the darkest times. Just as she showed me that a cloud could be a unicorn, this experience taught me that miracles and beauty are often right in front of us, waiting to be seen if we only allow ourselves to believe in them. Embracing this lesson, I learned that no matter how dire our circumstances may seem, there is always room for wonder and hope. It's easy to get caught up in the seriousness of our struggles, but it's crucial to remember that miracles and moments of beauty are present in every situation. By opening our hearts and minds to these possibilities, we can find solace and inspiration even in the midst of our greatest challenges. And yet, finding solace and inspiration can feel like a distant dream. Yet, it is often during these most difficult times that the seeds of hope and resilience are sown. When faced with overwhelming obstacles, it can be tempting to focus solely on the weight of our burdens, allowing our struggles to cloud our perception of possibility and potential. However, it is precisely in these moments that we must seek out the small, often overlooked sources of comfort and inspiration that can guide us through adversity. Solace can be found in the simple, everyday moments that offer a reprieve from our difficulties. These might include a kind word from a friend, a moment of peace in nature, or the comforting routine of daily life. Maybe it can even be found in the unicorns in the sky. By paying attention to these small but significant elements, we create space for emotional healing and mental clarity. Such moments remind us that even amidst chaos, there is still goodness and beauty to be appreciated. They help ground us and provide the strength needed to continue moving forward. Inspiration, on the other hand, often arises from the very struggles we face. Our challenges can become powerful catalysts for personal growth and transformation. They compel us to dig deeper within ourselves, uncovering hidden strengths and untapped potential. The stories of those who have triumphed over adversity, whether they are well-known figures or those within our community, serve as beacons of hope, illustrating that overcoming difficulties is possible. Their journeys inspire us to persist, to embrace our own inner strength, and to see our struggles as opportunities for development rather than insurmountable barriers. That's where the real miracles occur. But if miracles are so great, why is it so hard for us to achieve them? In life, if you desire a miracle, you must first take action. If you need to plant, then plant. If you need to read, then read. If you need to change, then change. If you need to study, then study. If you need to work, then work. Begin with what you can do, and you will be well on your way to achieving the miracles that hard work brings. I've personally found that income rarely exceeds personal development. Sometimes income takes a lucky jump, but unless you learn to handle the responsibilities that come with it, it will usually shrink back to what you can handle. If someone hands you $1 million, you'd better hurry up and become a millionaire. A very rich man once said if you took all the money in the world and divided it equally among everybody, it would soon be back in the same pockets it was before. It is hard to keep that which was not obtained through personal development. So here's the great axiom of life: to have more than you've got. Become more than you are. This is where you should focus more of your attention. Otherwise, you might have to contend with the other axiom of not changing, which is, unless you change how you are, you'll always have what you got. We call that a miracle only because we don't quite understand how it works. It doesn't mean it doesn't work. It simply means we don't quite understand how it works. So how do you get a miracle going for your life? Number 1, do what you can. Make a list of the things you could do but haven't done and start cleaning that up. You can't start at a better place for personal change that will affect your bank account, future, and income than by cleaning up what you should be doing. Number 2, do the best you can. Let me give you the best of ancient script. It says, whatever your hands find to do it with all your might, strength, and power. That philosophy revolutionizes your life. If you haven't picked it up lately, here it is again. Do the best you can. If you're late to work, don't walk like the other people walk. Don't postpone like other people postpone. You say, is it as simple as being your best, doing your best, thinking your best, living your best at all times? And the answer is quite simple. Yes. Where else would you start for life change and personal change? Number 3, measure your results. Every once in a while, you've got to take a measure and see how you're doing with these 3 pieces: philosophy, attitude, and activity. Now we take a measure called results. What are the results at the end of the day? The results at the end of the week? You can't let too much time go by without checking. When time goes by, opportunities get lost. So results are the name of the game. What other game is there? Here's all life asks us to do: make measurable progress in reasonable time. Just take home that little phrase. Good phrase. We're asked in life simply to make measurable progress in reasonable time. We demand it of our children. How many years do you want your child to spend in the 4th grade? Approximately 1, right? If it looks like they're not going to make it, we pour on the pressure. We call it legitimate pressure. Lack of results, peer pressure, family pressure, school pressure, community pressure, every other kind of pressure we can bear to bring. You can't stay more than 1 year in the 4th grade. As parents, you'd have to leave the community. So you've got to check fairly often. Some things you don't have to check every day. Some things you've got to check at least by the end of the week. Simply put, if you want a lesson in life change, all you have to do is be willing to face the numbers and come up with the results. That will teach you to either celebrate if you got good results or fix whatever needs to be fixed in your life, whether it's your philosophy, your attitude, your activity, all the disciplines. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Miracles also come from your attitude. Having the right attitude is everything. How we feel plays such a major part in our future. First, it's how you feel about the past. You need a healthy attitude about the past so that you can use it, not live in it. Not carry it like a burden, but let the wise lessons you learned from the past now serve as fuel to furnish the future. Next, a good attitude about the future. You've got to set your goals. We look back for experience, but we look forward for inspiration. We must be instructed and inspired. No better inspiration than to set your goals. Here's the simple process I followed to get started. Decide what you want. Write it all down. Make a list of the people you want to meet. Make a list of the books you want to read. Make a list of the classes you want to take. Make a list of the skills you want to learn. Make a list of the cities you want to visit. Make a list of the investments you want to have. Just make these lists and start checking them off. Put a lot of little things going on your list so you can start checking off something right away. That's part of the fun. Next, if you check off something major, celebrate because that inspires you to make a longer list of goals and put everything on your list. Little things, insignificant to someone else but important to you. Set your goals, decide what you want, write it down. Start checking them off. It's powerful stuff. As you take each step, you create the path to your miracles. And as you ponder your progress, ask yourself, when was the last time you saw a unicorn? If the answer is never, it's time to recognize that miracles are not just fantastical dreams, but the extraordinary results of your belief and relentless action. Embrace this truth and let it propel you towards the incredible journey of your future. Peace and blessings, Dr. O.